Just the flow.
Yes.
I never used to read something before the meeting. For me, every day is a surprise.
Yeah, it's so hard to find that time. I understand.
Just the flow.
Okay, we are on live on YouTube. And now I will put the questions on the chat for us. As we are here just with three people, we can talk a lot.
Yeah, we have a problem access now.
Oh,
I asked for Bruno how to access today. We have a big problem now.
yes.
Yeah, we cannot access the meeting. I don't know why, but
I couldn't
I'm here.
access by the link on the Talk and Talk, but I access on the Gmail, my account, and the email I have the link there. So, but in the button wasn't working.
Yeah.
You can talk directly with Bruna, of course. If you need some help, you can talk with me as well, no problem. With Philip, that is the CEO of the TNT. They are always available to solve this kind of problem. I don't know what is the problem. Okay, so we have the questions here. Did you receive the questions?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if you would like to introduce yourself. Would you like to present yourself, Gustavo, for us a little?
Yeah, could be short because I think everybody
Yes.
knows everybody here. I'm Gustavo. I'm 26 years old. I live in the countryside of São Paulo State. I work with IT. I think that's it. And you, Jefferson?
I'm Jefferson. I live in Goiânia, economist and professor of Catholic University of Goiás.
Of course. And I'm Sarah. I'm 30 years old. I'm pharmacist.
Sure.
Work from home nowadays. I'm married. I don't have a child. And I'm here to improve my English speaking. So guys, I will start the conversation today. So we can start with the question number 2. How does your family decide who does various chores around the house? So what is your response for this question, Gustavo? What do you think?
In my house, I live with my parents, my mom and dad, my brother, and I always said that my mom has
Okay.
the hard job of the family because he normally do almost everything, almost no everything in the house. Uh, Obviously, we do like simple things like, but just the basic, he just do the dishes and stuff like that. But she prepared the food, she cleaned the house. So I said I work like 8 a.m. till like 6 and sometimes a little more, but she works the whole day, and sometimes even as well. Uh, so I always said I always say that as the harder job of the family is her, and we try to help the most that I can. We can.
Yes, of course, I totally agree with you. It is so hard to do this every day because there is no end. This kind of work, there's no end. Always is improving. And you, Jefferson, what do you think?
Well, I think not, because I just live with my wife now. I have two daughters that live abroad, and just a maid. I live in a big house. We have one maid every day and one maid for, I think, one day by week. Yeah, one day by week. But I do not. I really don't know. Maybe my wife, maybe, because I can clean. I can do nothing, clean the house and the other things, to water the plants, even water the plants. And in the past, I used to walk by with my three dogs, but now I have no time to do this. So I think it may be my wife that decide the chores around the house. And my wife used to say to the maid, "You must do this, do that, do this, clean that, and make our lunch." So I think something like this. I have no excuse me. I have no problem around my house. No problem around my house.
Yes, I think that this question is important for a family who have a lot of people and we have a lot of things to do. As you live with your just you and your, oh my God, I forgot the name.
Wife.
Your
My
wife.
wife. Yeah.
There is no a huge tasks to do, and if you have another person to help us one day per week, it's good. And the house, I think that remains clean. So yeah, it is good. It is good, and you save time if you have another person who help you in this case. For me, in my house, as I have a crazy routine, my husband helped me a lot, mainly with the wash the dishes, maybe do other things that are more easy to do. And yes, I decide who will do the chores on the house, and I do most of the things that are demanded to remain the house clean. So I think that to have another person to help, it's important when you would like to save time. But maybe if as we are just me and my husband and me, I think that is easy to maintain the house clean. So we have some questions here, guys, that are related to a YouTube video. So first, to go ahead with the other questions from question number 3 on, I will put a video for you, but I think that we cannot see it now because we are on live on YouTube. We have rules about it. So we can go ahead, and when we achieve the questions that are related to this video, we can skip these questions, okay? So, Gustavo, can you choose another question for us, please?
Any of them?
Yes, whatever you prefer.
Uh, go with number 9. How important is it for children to take on household chores? Do you think they should be paid or otherwise rewarded for doing this? Uh, I think it's important because uh, it's something that you do in your future when you get older, when you get adult. Uh, and so it's important for you to understand the process, understand what the meaning of doing that. Uh, so if they start doing in the beginning when they are a kid, they not complain a lot when got older and not gonna be like, oh, I'm so tired about that, and I'm gonna let my house like a mess. Because if I let my house like a mess, gonna be a lot of problems with bugs, with insects and other stuff. Uh, so that is important for us to teach them to do that, so we can split with easy task uh, for them. I think to give a pay them for it or a rewarded is something that's gonna uh, how can I say, uh, not help to understand the process, but give a motivation to do that. And sooner or later, they're gonna understand the process and gonna do that without being paid or rewarded. But the rewarded could be something simple like a chocolate or something like that. Not gonna be money. We just need to give something to give a little motivation to them.
Yes. What about you, Jefferson? What do you think about this question?
Yeah, it's a interesting question. I remember a long time ago when I had my two daughters here and my wife. We all divided the tasks in the past, especially on weekends. And it's very important, for example, for my daughter to make the bed, sometimes to clean the bowls. To clean the bowls, I think it's very important. When we had the maid, and we taught this to our daughters. So it's very important. But now all of them adults, no problem about this. And I think now they live in Canada and they know how to clean the house, how they learn from the past. No, I think it's very important. It's very interesting because if you live abroad, it's very different from here. Because here is so it's not so easy, but it's it's more easy to have a mate, but there it's almost impossible. You must do everything, and I think it's very important. And if I think they should be paid, no, not be paid, but or rewards. Yeah, maybe rewards. Sometimes I be rewards. I used to say to my daughters, if you clean very quickly the bowls, we can eat a pizza. We can eat something like this. It's a kind of compensation. I remember this. That's it. And
It's
you, Sarah?
it's even funny and good for the family to do this kind of activities at the house. I think that when we give some tasks for children, for example, we promote a responsibility. We promote a feeling of um to work together. So the children grow up thinking that there is a lot of things to do, and if you can do, uh, of course that you can go ahead and be the first person to conclude this kind of task. I think that the the household chores could learn the child that is important to help the other person to work together and promotes a kind of I think that they understand how is live in family or how is living in a community, and about to pay them or reward. I agree with you guys that paid maybe not, but we know that sometimes we have a child that understands that a payment is important. They learn to save money. They start to understand the value of the money, that you need to work hard to gain a little money, for example, maybe could be important for them as well. But our art is important, of course, in order to teach. That is important to help the father, the mother, the sister, the brother. So yes, I totally agree with you. And my house, and my parents always teach us to split the tasks and to do the things that are necessary in a specific day. So today, I'm not. I don't have difficult to do something in my house, to prepare a meal, to clean a bathroom, for example. And for me, it's normal. I understand. I understood the process. I know these are, for me, is normal. So now, Jefferson, could you choose another question for us, please?
Yeah, no, it's okay. Well, I think just number 10, the others unrelated to the video. Okay, now number 10. What should couples do if they have lots of disagreement about housework? Oh my gosh. it's a difficult question because I used to see every day. It's not my case. A lot of couples disagreeing about housework. It's terrible. I have a lot of friends all the time claim about this. I must do this every day. My wife, it's terrible about this. And the girls used to say the same about the boys, the guys. I think it's not so easy. What should to do? I really don't know. Maybe the dialogue. I think the best way to have a good life is the dialogue. To talk everything about the homework, what one must do and the other must do, as Sarah said. That's it.
What about you, Gustavo? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Jefferson. I think dialogue, you can fix everything. But I don't know, maybe you can dialogue and try to see what task that you don't like to do and what I don't like to do, and try to split, like, oh, we're gonna do that because I don't like, and I'm gonna do something that you don't like to do in the chores of the house, because in the end it's the environment that you live, so it need to be nice for everybody. It needs to be nice for the both of us. And so anyone want to live in a mess, because it's gonna be a lot of problems. Uh, so I think the way is split, and I don't know, try to see some points what I like to do, and but a lot of sometimes when I say that I don't like to do anything in my house, so I don't like to do housework. That's not for me. But yeah, need to be negotiated. We do things that we don't like in our work. We do things that we don't like in our life. So that's the process. So we need to learn with that. I think it may be that. I'm gonna take my best tip is that. And you, sir?
Yes, I totally agree with you. I was thinking about the China, the China, uh, I
Coat,
don't know the word, but
coat.
the 5S, do you know? Did you already listen about it? Uh, when you change something of the place of that thing, you should put the thing in the same place as well. So if you uh, use something to eat, you should wash it immediately after use and put it in the correct place again. So I think that it is a work that you can do together. And I totally agree with you. There are some types of things that, for example, I don't like. Um, I don't know the word in English, but to to let me see, when we needed to have the clothes clean and I don't know,
Wax,
I forgot. Sorry.
like wax. Passar
Yes,
roupa. Yeah.
yes, walk. Yes, I don't like this kind of thing, but my husband likes. I don't understand why, but he puts the video of YouTube or Netflix at the television, and in front of he do the service for 1 hour, 2 hours, but he doesn't like to clean the bathroom, for example. And I like it. For me, it's easy and I do faster. So we need to understand what we like, other likes, and as you guys said, all of us love uh, a clean house, uh, a place that uh, uh, we feel good, that is organized and smell good, and this is a kind of a thing that of course, all of us like a lot. And if we understand that neither of us like to do anything, I think that we can uh, call for a help, ask for someone to help and pay this person. And you already know how we could be. Uh, but if we decide that is better, maybe, of course. We also see that there are a lot of women that don't like to do anything, and okay, it's normal, it's a decision, and they like just to work, and there's no problem, in my opinion.
And I have a question for you and for Gustavo.
Okay.
Are you perfectionism? For example, to have every day the house clean, have the lunch at the right time, have the iron clothes very well. What do you think about it?
In my opinion, for me, I'm not a perfectionist person, but I like the things be organized in the specific place that they should be. And I like a lot a meal prepared in a clean place, especially for the lunch or the meal. I think that the cooking, for example, must be clean. But for example, I don't make my bed every day. It's hard for me, but I try to maintain the place, my house environment, organized, especially about the preparation of the meal. What about you, Gustavo?
No, I'm definitely not a perfectionist. I like the organize this stuff because it helped me find what I want. Because I feel a little bit angry when I try to search something and I couldn't find and say, "Oh, that's a mess," and I need to organize that. But clean stuff, not. I like to live in a small house and a nice house, but not
But
like
are
that.
you married, Gustavo? Are you
No,
married or single?
no, I'm single.
Oh, it's
Uh,
okay.
and
It's
probably
different.
one thing
No
that's
problem yet. No problem.
uh, one thing that for me is not a problem. Waxing clothes like passar roupa. I don't know if that's the name. I don't do that, and like I wear my clothes like a mess. It's not like it's like relaxed. Like, oh, you are wearing stuff that is like a trap. Like, and and for me, it's like if it's an event, if I'm gonna go out with something special, yeah, I could do that. But if I'm go out in the street in the supermarket, for me, it's not a problem to be like a paper wrapper or something like that. For me, it don't bother me. And you, Jefferson?
Sometimes I claim, but most of the time I have no problem with this. No problem. I'm very calm guy. But my wife used to claim a lot about almost everything about the house. It's not so easy sometimes, or the food's not hot, must be better. The picanha must be well passed, something like this. And the the drink is not so good. I prefer other kind of drink. Uh, It's too
Not
hot.
so cold.
It's
Not
not
so
so
cold
good.
drinking.
Yeah.
But what I gonna do? It's the freezer. It's not me.
Pay attention, please.
You need to prepare yourself before.
Yeah. I think this is part of it's not a single man like you, but you see how it's different. It's so good. So I have no problem, but sometimes it's not so easy. A lot of sometimes just a little disagreement, but with dialogue, the life goes on.
And Gustavo said that he wears messy clothes. So nowadays I'm preferring to buy clothes that there is no need to wait. So for me, it's more important a easy clothes that there's don't demand this kind of task. I think all of us.
And Sarah,
So
before you said a good tip as well, and now I remember uh, about your husband that they do waxing and what Netflix. So I think the good tip is you can do boring stuff like clean the house, do the dishes, and you can do something that you like hear some music, you listen to some music
yes,
or some podcast. So you put in just not gonna be like a little more inspiration for do the stuff, not so bored, like complain a lot. Oh, I need to clean that.
yes,
Oh
yes,
my gosh, that's not finished.
yes. You can
Yes,
practice your listen, for example.
Yeah.
Listen
yeah.
a video in English and doing something in the same time.
Yeah.
It's very interesting because I love YouTube channel and there are a lot of suggestions. If you want to clean the house, you must listen this kind of music, and they put the music for
Yes.
you to clean the house. If you want to drink wine or beer, you must listen this kind of music.
But
So it's
helps.
Yeah.
very,
It
and
helps.
you
It
it helps
helps
a
the
lot,
song.
a lot,
Oh, that's nice.
a
Nice to know
lot.
that. Because sometimes just the promotion. So it's nice
Yeah,
to know that.
but it's very interesting. I just listen one music to clean the house. And the music is, I don't know how to say in English, it's sofrência, né? You must to listen sofrência because it's not so easy to clean the house. You must listen this kind of music.
You are suffer clean the house. You are suffer your ears to listen to music. You are suffer your heart.
Oh
You are
my
suffer
gosh.
everything.
Heart attack.
No way, no way.
But it's very interesting. You can see by YouTube. It's very interesting. You can
Yeah,
choose the right channel for what are you doing. It's very
yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
I think it's
I always prepare the news, listen, video or audio in English, trying to understand what they are saying, what they are talking about. So I think it is good at the same time.
yeah, and I think it's like go to the gym. If you took out the you do the gym without the music, it's like, oh, that's bored stuff. That's
Yes,
not working anything. So what the heck am I doing that? So you put the
yeah.
music. So yeah, that's flow a little bit.
So guys, we have a question here that it is interesting. The question number 4. If you could have a robot to do all your chores, what would you choose for it to do? What is your response, Jefferson? What do
For
you
me to
think?
drive, I hate to drive. I hate.
Yes,
I
why?
really don't like to drive. I drive my, I, I drove, drove the path of drive. I drove.
Drove.
I
Yes.
drove, yeah. I drove my whole life. I think it's not so good. I don't like. I really don't like. And some kinds of tasks that you must to do the same thing the same every day, the same thing. I really don't like this kind of thing. Maybe a kind of robot may be very interesting. Maybe, yeah, maybe interesting. I don't know what kinds. I don't remember now. But I just remember to drive. I really hate to drive. I don't like to drive, but what can I do?
We already have cars that are driving by itself. So I think that it is a possibility. There is a
Yeah, in the future,
possibility
maybe
nowadays.
uh,
Yes.
as soon as possible.
Exactly. So I'm afraid about it. I don't know
Uh,
if we maybe watch some kind of movies
uh,
about the robot cars that are driving by itself, and maybe then it is dangerous. But
but I, just to add something, I'm learning now our language and business intelligence, and I love to work with Excel. It's very interesting. You see some common, I don't know how to say, repetitive task that the computer can do for you. The hard work the computer can do for you. I think it's very interesting, and I'm learning a lot about this. It's very interesting. How do you say shortcuts, né? Atalhos em português. I love shortcuts now with Excel, with business intelligence and our language. It's very interesting.
yes, of course, if we that there is a repetition on activity, I totally agree. There's no need to do the same thing every time, so it's important. I totally agree with you. And you, Gustavo, what do you think?
Yeah, drive I think is gonna be a nice thing as well. Uh, I think we're gonna get in the point like Jeffrey was said about autonomous car that there's just autonomous car driving the highway and this stuff, and there are some person that driving the own his car. And I think that guy is gonna be like the redneck, that guy that the caipira, and not the autonomous cars, was driving by himself. Gonna be a little more safe, I think so. Uh, but about houseworks, I don't know. In the question there is to do all, so I'm gonna choose to do all. But I don't know, clean the whole house. Uh, I think it's something that we already have. There's robot that do that, like I don't know how to say that. Uh, Robô aspirador. I don't know how to say that in English, but I think it's really helpful. But you need to have like a plate, uh, floor, and everything's working. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna say that. And you, sir?
Yes, I don't know what kind of task. Uh, uh, Different than you guys. I like to drive. I like to drive, but I needed to revise or reissue my letter. I don't know the name in English, but it's invalid. I needed to update it. I'm I'm in disagreement with the law, with the rules. So I like to drive. I'm not driving nowadays because, as I said, it's invalid.
Take care what you're gonna say right now, because there's some police watching that. Yeah, tomorrow you're gonna drive and say, "Oh, you're wrong."
Yes, I cannot drive nowadays. But about the things that we can do at house, I think as Gustavo said, do all. If I will ask for a robot, yes, do all for me. But I'm afraid about it. As I said, if, maybe the robot will against me, and the robot would like to kill me. I'm watching a lot of movies about this kind of
Black Mirror.
thing. Yes. Or there is I don't remember the name of this series. It's a place that has a lot of robots, but they are so similar with the humans being. I forgot the name, but
Movie?
in that series, they started to be against the humans, and there are a lot of things that happen. But yeah, guys, if we have this kind of situation in the future, maybe people will not understand how the tasks are doing. For example, nowadays, I don't know, but I don't know if you already talked with a children. Okay, you already talked, but a children that born in these days, they don't know, for example, the things that we buy at supermarket, where they grow up, how the folks are, where the folks are doing. So this kind of thing, how the nature works. And I think that is the same situation. They will not understand how the things are doing because other the robot does for them. I don't know. We cannot see now, but it is a hypothesis for the future. Okay. So guys, I think that 5 is about the video. 6, 7, 8. Okay, and we already talked about 9 and 10. Okay, guys, do you have some question?
Why we can change the question number 8, no? Chen, do you think the clean influencer videos reinforce negative gender stereotypes?
Okay.
I didn't see the video, but I think clean influencer must be something that's not good for a woman. Maybe, for example, woman must clean the house, and the man no.
Yes.
The woman must make the bed, and the man no. The woman must to make the lunch, and the man know what the man must do. Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing. Maybe this kind of clean influence, maybe. I think this is a kind of stereotype because today you must to split, you must to divide all the tasks. If you wanna live in a good situation, tranquil, calm, in a good relationship, you must divide all your tasks. So maybe this is kind of gender stereotypes. I didn't see the video, but maybe this is my answer.
Of course, I totally agree with you, Jefferson. We are changing our minds about this kind of thought that just the woman should do the chores at the house. And for example, in my case, we split the things that we needed to do. And I know my friends, they split as well. Even to take care of the children, for example. I think that is so important when the father and mother take care of them and split the job, the work. I totally agree with you. And what about you, Gustavo? What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think Jeffrey said all this stuff. And always the oh my gosh, forgot the name. Desculpa. Oh my gosh. That's
Sorry.
I don't know if to say that. Yeah, I kind of say like that. Sorry
Sorry,
that.
sorry, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry, I forget it. Sorry. But like I get to work in sorry, I so tired. But if you get to work as well, so both are tired. You need to do all this
Yeah.
stuff in the house. So there's uh this excuse. Uh, and yeah, we need to split the task. For living society, we need to do that. And always gonna have things that we don't like, things that we like, but we need to live with that for have a nice environment.
Okay. So, guys, thank you so much for this time. Thank you a lot. And it is always amazing to talk with you, all of both of you guys. And I wish you a good evening, a good night, a good weekend, and see you. Of course, I would like to see you on the next Wednesday in this time. Okay, thank you so much. Have a good night.
Okay, thank you,
Bye
Sarah. Thank you,
bye.
Gustavo.
Thank you,
Thank
Jeffrey.
you,
Sarah.
TNT.
Good
Thank you
evening,
for this
guys. See
conversation.
you.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye bye.